Well, thank you so much for having me on. Very happy to have YFDAI be Emerald sponsor for the first annual DeFi Summit, and being a keynote here. A quick keynote here is fantastic. A little bit more about me as we get started into right now. So I am the COO volunteer of YFDAI Finance. We're a leading decentralized finance platform focused on really bridging the gap between traditional finance and decentralized networks. Previously, I co-founded Catalyst Global back in 2017, formerly known as Block Team Ventures. It's a global, blockchain startup management company, and we consulted over 50 projects during my time. Since 2017, those companies have went on to raise over $500 million, in fundraising. And before that, I actually started my career on Wall Street at the Royal Bank of Canada in capital markets investment banking division, and then since then worked in technology and big tech between New York City, Silicon Valley, and Los Angeles for the likes of Thomson Reuters, as well as other Silicon Valley outfits in the marketing and omni-channel marketing space. So that being said, want to jump into it. So our keynote really is a quick one about building the future of decentralized finance. But before we can think about building the future, we need to think about where we came from in the past. So I want to do a quick review for everybody of like the DeFi timeline of how we came to be where we are today. So it really all starts with Bitcoin, and obviously that fateful day in 2009, the creation of Bitcoin and the white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto was really the initial catalyst that started everything in the cryptocurrency space really at that time. And one can say that Bitcoin was the original DeFi project, decentralized finance project, before everything else. And probably most importantly, Bitcoin really helped pave the way for the creation of Ethereum, which is really the default blockchain still today for all top DeFi projects. So, looking at the timeline and pointing out a few things that that stood out is that, Ethereum really launched in 2015, enabling the development of decentralized applications. And that was really the first lifeblood of DeFi as we know it. Other projects came around that time or before or after, including Maker. But we saw a plethora of DeFi projects that we still know today come out of the 2017 ICO boom. Those included the likes of Aave, Ren, Bancor, Kyber, Synthetics, formerly known as Haven, a company that I've known the founders there for quite a long time, ever since the beginning. And also, following that, the first version of Uniswap came out, and many don't know this, but that was actually entirely founded by a grant from the Ethereum Foundation. So as you can see, you can think about the evolution of DeFi as we know it, and we think about the future. We've really come full circle with some of the projects and the movement that we have. It that is obviously more than movement, but has a very established backbone today. Many know, obviously, the summer of 2020 last year was a key catalyst for DeFi, and also brought about the liquidity mining program of Compound, which launched in actually May of 2020. And DeFi users at that time started being rewarded for lending and borrowing in Compound. And that really, set on a movement, for the protocols to come out with their own lending and borrowing products, as well as additional staking and farming products. Then I have it here in the timeline, in the fall of 2020, that's when really the company that I joined earlier this year, YFDAI, launched. And so after seeing a lot of rug pulls, a lot of exit scams in the market, and a lot of negative sentiment, the YFDAI launched as we've seen a prime opportunity to become a very trusted source and secure platform that is essentially rug proof because of the security measures, the KYC standards, and the token locks that we have inherent in the platform itself. Whether it be we're launching a project through our Launchpad, or through our own design of our tokenomics and mechanisms, everything else. And so that actually what drove me to join the company myself, because of that mission and vision. But moving on quickly, the state of DeFi in just the last Q4 of 2020, you saw 100,000 new addresses were created daily in Q4, which is obviously phenomenal. And the total of DeFi assets on Ethereum ballooned to $20 billion. Obviously, is much higher than that. I believe 4x at the very least now. And the key drivers we talked about a little bit, but included borrowing, lending, stablecoins, DEXs, and synthetic bridges. And some of the leaders at that time are listed here. Then this past quarter, we saw, we continue to see, on average, actually 100K new addresses were created daily in Q1 2021 as well. And so that being said, total value exceeded 53 billion, and that was a rise of 265% since Q4 for TVM, total value locked. And stablecoins also seen a major increase as well, and the rise of stablecoins become very apparent, and the battles between thereof as well. Some quick key catalysts for adoption that we think of, like what's going to really set the tone of DeFi going forward, is just having the globe and citizens and institutions alike really understand the access to financial freedom that DeFi represents, and thinking about how regulation will and will not come into play is something very important. But more and more companies are looking, especially challenger banks and smaller banks are looking to challenge. The likes of JP Morgan, Citigroup, and the like are looking to see how can DeFi work for them and help them grow their business. Interoperability between blockchain and DeFi ecosystems is also obviously a huge catalyst, as well as trust and education and transparency into the projects that are leading the movement. And you can see as of a month ago, there was legitimate 218 DeFi projects built on Ethereum, only 19 on EOS, and 26 had built on the the Bitcoin blockchain. Obviously, there's more blockchains than that, but just want to point that out. At YFDAI, our mission is really to democratize finance and serve as a catalyst of mass adoption for the next generation of financial products, and couple with that with our vision to provide a trustless, transparent, and secure financial services to society at large. We believe we're on the mission and on the pace to do that, and be discovered really, and lead as a bridge from novice investors, novice folks in DeFi, bridging them over into our space. Our values are really centered around trust, transparency, and security. And some of our services that we have live today include our Launchpad. Folks, obviously in the right regulatory jurisdiction, can participate in our Launchpad by staking or farming YFDAI for at least 30 days, and they're automatically whitelisted for that, pending that they are not in jurisdictions that don't allow them to participate. We also have staking in place, 72% staking annually at a fixed rate, which is obviously very attractive. We have farming. We have launched a secondary token, our liquidity and governance token, Safe SSGT, which is the token for our DEX Safe Swap, which we're moving over to the Matic network. And we also have a trading bot that actually is going through a new refresh right now. Was a low frequency trading bot for Ethereum and Bitcoin, and it's actually going to be getting a refresh with a very well-known hedge fund here soon. And a few of our partners include Duckdeo, Ferrum Network, Gather, Orion, Polygon. A few of these guys we're going to be, and ladies, we're going to have on a panel later today. And that really takes my time here. But I would love to have anyone here contact me personally. I have my YFDAI email here listed. And also you can contact us and follow us along on Telegram as well as Twitter.